Hi, welcome to lesson 1. So in this lesson, the key principles that we're going to look at within Soul Harmony Yoga is the principle of core stability and of alignment in yoga. So when we're practicing yoga, we want to really use the core of our body so that our backs aren't compensating and we don't create any injuries. And we're going to discuss about alignment as well. It's really important where your feet are, where your arms are. And I always guide you through that in lessons anyway, but we'll talk about it in a little bit more detail. So we're going to start, first of all, we always start a class with a warm-up. So this is just to loosen your body and just get a bit of energy through your body as well. So we're just going to start by shaking out your hands. And I want you to feel into your thumbs, into your fingers, into your wrists, and just see if you can let them become a little bit looser. So often we hold a lot of tightness and tension in our wrists and hands, particularly if we're working on computers. We use our phones a lot. And just start to take that movement into your elbows. That's it. And then we're going to start to just circle your shoulders and just let them drop down. That's it. And then taking the hands up. So this is great to get circulation going if you get cold hands in winter, that kind of thing. Take your hands to the sides and then letting your hands drop down. Lovely. And just give your shoulders a circle. So just starting to loosen up. So just bringing a bit of softness into your knees and you open your body up. That's it. And then just giving your shoulders a shrug. Excellent. So we'll do the same with your feet now. So taking your weight onto your right foot, we're going to start to shake into your left ankle, or you might want to just rotate it a little bit. You can see it's a bit of a balance as well. So you can rotate your foot one way and then the other. And then start to bring that movement into your knee. And then into your hips, so just starting to swing. You might want to hold onto a table or a chair or a tree, wherever you're practicing this class. That's it. And then just placing your foot back down, we're going to open your left hip up. So just draw your abdominal muscles back towards your spine. That's the very first part of engaging our core. And we're just going to lift up, take the knee out and circle it back down. So really good to open out your hips. Circling round. That's it. One last time. And then we'll do all that on the opposite side. So weight goes onto your left foot now. We're going to start to shake into your right foot. So today we're filming, if you're wondering where we are, on a beautiful beach in South Australia, just rotating your foot, called 10 Mile Beach it's a bit of a wobble on the sand, 10 Mile Beach in a place called Esperance. It's beautiful. So we're here filming for a couple of weeks. Oh, it's hard to balance on the sand. And just moving that movement, taking that movement through your knee and then into your hip. And then just bringing your foot back down to the mat when you're ready. Having a rest, taking the weight onto your left foot again. Remembering to draw your abdominal muscles back towards your spine. Use your core to lift your leg. So we want to start to train your body to engage the core muscles when it needs them. And if you use them enough in your yoga lessons, your body will start to do that automatically. And then just giving your legs a shake. That's it. So bringing your feet to hip width apart, you're going to start to move into a really lovely twisting movement. So just letting your arms be really loose, rather than having your arms like this as you twist, just let them be loose. And you're just going to turn from one side to the other. So you're just starting to ease into your lower back. And then we're going to deepen that twist a little bit. As you turn, you lift. So lift the left heel as you turn to your right. Right heel as you turn to your left. And then start to bring your arms up around your waist. So we start to move through your spine. Such a good movement to loosen up the whole of your spine. And then into your shoulders. So just tap in your shoulder as you turn. Just let your head follow. That's it. Lovely. And then coming back around the center of your body. And then around your hips once more. Just loosening up the whole of your back. And then just naturally allowing that movement to come to a standstill. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to turn onto my side for this movement. So we're going to come into a forward and a back bend, and these movements are fantastic for getting the spinal fluid, which nourishes the whole of your spine, up into your back. It's one of the only movements where your spine gets re-nourished. So you've got your toes, and they're at, so we'll talk a little bit about the alignment point for this. If you have, I'll show you this at the front, your foot, your heel beside your instep, and you turn your foot, that's about hip width apart for you. Okay, so you can stay facing forward. I'm coming onto my side so I can show you the movement. You're going to take your hands into the small of your back and just hook your thumb over your hips. And then we're going to sink down and just draw your tummy muscles back towards your spine and start to lift through your sternum, lifting here, and then just drawing your head back slightly. So just having a slight knee bend gives you that back arch. And then you're going to bring your body back up to standing. Soften into your knees as you just drop forward and create a flat back. Bend into your knees and draw the abdominal muscles back towards your spine so that you're protecting your back as you lift up. And just slowly, with awareness, straighten your back, sink into your knees and start to arch into that gentle back bend. Hands are supporting you at the back. Just let your head be an extension of your spine rather than dropping it back. We're going to lift up. Drop down this time. See if you can bring your head towards your knees. Don't worry if you can't. Just come down to wherever's comfortable. Softening your knees. Bend into your knees. Uncurl. So my abdominal muscles are drawn back and protecting my back. Using my core as I lift up. Gentle back bend, final time. And then lifting up. Just let your hands relax down the backs of your legs. Now your hands may be here, which is completely fine, on your shins, on your feet, whatever works for you. And just allow your head to drop down. Just letting your head and neck become loose. And then bending into your knees, we're going to slowly uncurl and come back to standing. So how do you feel now that you've just released your back and stretched out a little bit? So our last movement is in our warm-up. You're going to bring your feet just slightly more than hip width apart. Again, we're going to use the core muscles. So what I'm going to invite you to do this time as we use our core muscles is to integrate the pelvic floor muscles at the same time. So we'll just practice that a couple of times before we go into the final warm-up movement. So just bringing your awareness to the muscles of your pelvic floor. And then we're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can lift the muscles of the pelvic floor only about 10 or 15% into your body. You'll probably notice that your abdominal muscles draw back to the spine at the same time. And just breathe here naturally and hold. and then release. And you'll just sort of feel that your body softens down as you release. So we're going to take a breath in. Same movement. As you breathe out, engage in your core muscles. The pelvic floor lifts. You might want to just draw the abdominal muscles and just notice that the natural feeling. And then relax. Lovely. So we're going to integrate that movement into our warm-up now. So we're going to take a breath in. Exhale. Engage your core muscles. And just see if you can keep those muscles held. We're going to just bring your awareness to your hands and breathe in and come up onto your toes. Breathe out, draw the hands towards you and sink back down. And then you push your hands down and sink into your knees. So we're going to speed that up now. So you're going to inhale, exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down. Inhale. Exhale. So inhale. Just imagine that you're pushing away anything, thoughts, emotions that you just want to release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We talk about that, how we work with balancing thoughts and emotions in lesson 6 of this course. Exhale. A couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. And just give your legs a shake. So it doesn't look like much, but you can feel it really working the backs of your legs. So we've just done that as a muscle preparation for our next posture, which is the tree posture, Vrksasana. And we talk a little bit more about preparation in other lessons in this course. So we always like to prepare the muscles before we go into the postures. So our next posture is a balance. So you're going to bring your feet to hip width apart, remembering that you have your feet that way. We're going to engage our core. So remembering the pelvic floor, the abdominal muscles. We're going to take a breath in and exhale. And then you're going to bring your right foot and just position your right heel against your left ankle, just turning the knee out. Hands, palms are facing forwards. I'm going to raise the arms up, palms together. Lower down to the heart. So we're just going to go through the physical movements of it. Palms turn away. Come out forward. Draw the hands back, and then as you bring your hands down, just let your foot return to where you started. So let's do that just without the breath to start with one more time. So just bringing the left heel to your right ankle. Raise the arms up so you're really stretching up. Hands lower down to heart. Turn the palms to face forwards. Push them away. Arms draw back, and then you lower down. So it's a balanced posture, this one. That's the general movement. You can either keep your foot in that position, or you can raise your foot onto the side. Oh, get my balance in. I think I'll come forward. That's better. You can raise your foot onto the side of your calf. Now, to do that and to hold yourself in a balance, using your core is really handy. So let's engage the core first. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pelvic floor, abdominal muscles engaged. Placing your foot wherever you wish. We're going to add the arms. They raise up, down to the heart, coming forward, keeping your balance, coming forward, drawing the arms back, and then lower down. So you can see that when we're doing these postures, even for me, I've got to get into the balance. It's quite tricky on the sand. So we practice them quite a few times so that eventually you get into the flow. So let's try the other side. We'll do without the breath one more time. So we raise the arms up, lower down, palms turn forward, pushing out, drawing to the side and lower down. Brilliant. We'll add the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fantastic. Exhale. So you can see that you start to get the balance. We're going to inhale. If you do go off balance, just bring your foot back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I think it's the first time I've tried this posture on a beach. It's a little bit trickier than I thought. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We made it. So just take a few breaths. Notice how you feel. It's such a fantastic posture for strengthening your ankles, your knees, your legs. And great for relaxing and grounding you. So it's a lovely posture to do outside if you have the right conditions for it. Okay, so our last posture for this class, we're going to come down onto the floor, onto your mat. So you'll know this posture. I'm sure it's one of the most famous yoga postures, the cat posture. Now, our alignment for this is really important too. So you want to have your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And it's a fantastic posture to really help your back to create more flexibility and suppleness. So starting with your back in neutral, so you've got a flat back. Again, we use the core muscles. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, just draw the tummy muscles back towards your spine. Pelvic floor draws in. You're going to tilt your tailbone under and start to round off your back like you see cats do when they get really angry, and let your head relax down. And then just take your hips back and let your belly drop. Let your chest drop towards the floor so you get that lovely arch in the opposite direction. And then start to travel up mentally through your spine, lift the head up. And then we're going to do exactly the same two movements, repeated a few times. So you're going to tilt the tailbone in, round your back off. So the head is the last to move. Hips drop back, belly, chest to floor. Just lift your head as the last movement. We're going to add the breath. So you're going to wait till you're ready to breathe out. Tip the tailbone back, arch in the back, head drops down. Breathing in. Breathing out, tipping the tailbone in, round in the back, head drops as the last position. Breathing out. Head lifts up. Breathing in, tipping the head. It's the last movement. Hips drop back, chest, belly to floor, head lifts up. Lovely. And then just bring in your back into a neutral position. We're going to come into child's pose 2, which is a lovely resting posture to complete the movement in our class. So I'll invite you to just bring your big toes to touch. So you create a bit of distance between your knees and just drop your bottom back towards your heels. Now you may need to have a cushion here between that will help if there's any pressure on your knees, or you can just keep your hips up a little. Once you get into that comfortable position, we're just going to reach forward. Try and keep your hips pushed back as you drop your arms forward and let your chin, your forehead rest on the mat. Now you may want to, I've got a block here, if your head doesn't come all the way down to the block, to the mat, then you can just rest on a block or a cushion. And just breathe here. If you feel like you want to rest a bit more, you can just relax your arms. So that's a more restorative, a more relaxing way to do the posture. So just play around with what feels right for you. Breathing into your back and just enjoy the stretch. And then bringing your hands under your shoulders, come back up into a comfortable seated position. So remembering that the relaxation is a really key part of the yoga class, it brings the whole class together. So I invite you now to move over to the relaxation class. Namaste.